Hi, I might be the boogeyman about to steal your toes. Let's get into the... Let's get into this 24-hour reading. Now, I'm gonna do something similar to what a different creator did. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna do the same damn thing. I don't... When I sleep or I don't want to read, the timer is being paused. So yeah, let's get into it. Now, just so you know, most of these are going to be audiobooks. Why? Because I like to do projects. I like to play games in silence while listening to audiobooks or videos. It's just something I do. So, we're gonna get into the audiobook. It is called Love is Pain, on the screen. You saw the timer, but that timer is incorrect. I listen at 2.5 speed, and Barnes & Noble does not correct that. It does not correct the timer like Audible does, and I've only got like one book on Audible that I would be reading. Now, with this thing I'm doing, I'm not going to limit myself. I don't... This by no means is shade. No means is it shade. But it's like, say, I read this book, and like, I get this far in, and I'm like, I don't like this book. I'm not just going to continue reading it. I'm going to stop. I just am. I'm not gonna finish a book if I don't want to finish a book. I have DNF'd quite a few books right after starting. I just have. A lot of those I can't get rid of from my library, so I just archive them, and they go away. they go away. But yeah, so I'm gonna be listening to that while doing my project. I will see you guys in a little bit. I did also want to very quickly note, I am an adult. I do read and listen to smutty books. That's just something that happens. I also do not have a genre preference. So whenever I click on an audiobook I got for free, I don't know what the hell the genre is. I figure it out as I go. Or if I'm very curious, I will go and check the book's description. But yeah, a lot of my online books I got for free, and I have absolutely no clue what the hell the genre is. Okay, I'm on chapter 2, and I'm thinking about DNFing this book. What? Yeah. She's 17. I don't know how old he is, but the underline of, this waiting will be over, she's no longer gonna be 17 soon, is just fucking creepy, and I don't like it. Not off to a great start. The very first book I decide to read, I DNF. Why? Okay. So I got almost 12 minutes into the audiobook, and I had to DNF it because she was 17, and apparently it's a dark romance. And in chapter 2, we switch over to the male's point of view, and he says, 3 more months, and she won't be 17 anymore, and she'll finally be mine. I'm all for age gap romances, not romances where adults are creeping on children. Not my thing. I don't know how old he is. I don't care. I'm done with it. The next book, I already forgot the name of. It's on screen. I have read a book from Morgan Rice before, and I loved it. So I am excited about this one, and I've got 4 hours to go on it. Wish me luck. Though I am going to get some more water real quick. It was about empty when I started this video. Okay, before you say anything, oh my goodness. Before you say anything, yes, I know my sleep schedules. I'm trying to fix it, but at the same time, I'm also not. Anyways, I finished it. It took me like 3 hours to get through the audiobook, and I finished it not that long ago. I actually started a new project. It's gonna be samples of these and I'm gonna tag them. I do have to say, I'm not the biggest fan of this, just because when I put it on, it stretches out and looks like this, and that is not pretty. That is not pretty. Let's get into the book. You know how, like, Daenerys was, like, fated to do what she was doing? That's our main character. Our main male character and our main female character. Okay, so this is a young adult historical fantasy. This is like my third time filming this because Vigil is being a little shit. So, I finished the audiobook, and to say I'm pissed is an understatement. It's an understatement. Because it ended off on a cliffhanger that I hate. You know what, actually? You know, sometimes I hate this thing. It just starts downloading things for no reason. For no reason. So it ended on such a cliffhanger. I asked him if he could leave me alone and let me finish this, and he's definitely doing it. He's such a sweet boy, even though sometimes he's a little shit. I love you. Yes, you. I know. Okay. Anyways. I think there's like 2 books in the series. I don't know. But to say I loved it is an understatement. I am so there's 4. Oh my god. Hold on. The Way of Steel, The Way of Vigilance. Oh, sorry. Not The Way of. Only. Anyways. So, yeah, I think I have to pay to continue. I got that one as a free audiobook, and I'm definitely going to be continuing. The fact that it left on a cliffhanger has me... The fact that it left off on a cliffhanger has me so pissed, because it ended so abruptly, and I was just like, what? What do you mean? But with it being a historical fantasy, we have the elites and the poor people. And I can't remember off the top of my head what the elites are called, but the elites have this rule in place to where if a woman is unwed, they can snatch them up and do with as they please. And the main male character and the female main character were said to be wed the same day, that night. The elites heard about it and said, oh, you know what we can do? Fuck up someone's day. And went and snatched her. Hi. Okay, so happy Valentine's Day. How do I feel? What do I think? Just say I'm going to try to read all of said author's books is an understatement. That was good. I love their writing. So, I have this thing to where I don't want to buy any new books until I finish the books I have. 157. And then we swap over to my Kindle library. I'm not going to count it up now, but let's just say there's over 200. I don't want to buy any new books until I finish a good majority of my books. If I do find a book that I really want to read that I can't borrow, I will buy it. Left on a horrible cliff note. I was like, while it was going, I was like, dang, that sucks. Knit, knit, knit day. Knit, knit, knit. Oh, knit, knit. He did what? Knit, knit. Thank you for listening to book 1. What? It's over? It's over? But yeah, that's how my day is going. We still have 20 hours left. But today's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, also, I did a post on my other account. Just a small text post. So, I will throw it into this video because I did not put it on this account. Happy Black History Month. I haven't read any books. I should. I'm going to before the month ends. Now, I do have a good few Alice in the Wonderland books, but I don't want to read those just yet. Okay. It's not going to be in this challenge, but I just want to, like, put you guys on this real quick because it is so good. Multiple point of views. Chains of Gold. It is really good. I love it. Really long audiobook. Really long audiobook. But it is extremely good. Could I tell you everything that's happening? No, it's got far too many point of views that I know what to do with. There comes a point in stories when there's so many point of views and it's not clear whose point of view I'm on. But I'm just happy to be there. I'm just happy to be there. Prices, and I was like, yeah, you know what? That big batch of yarn I got the other day, I think will do me just fine. Unless this goes down more, I'm good. Now, real quick, you're gonna be at a bad angle. Hi. This is one of the books I do intend to read during this 24-hour challenge. But I'm going to read it at home. That and I don't really read books in public. Alright, crooked. I'm gonna be plugging this up and charging it because I forgot to charge it last night. Oopsie! A majority of the footage is probably going to be on that. From today, at least. As for the audiobook joining us, it is The Perfect Wife. Now, normally in the car, I will choose music over audiobooks. So, whether I'm going to actually listen to the audiobook or not is tossed in the air. That's a question. Also, I found half of my last donut. I don't know when. It wasn't moldy. It still tasted fine. It wasn't on the floor, I swear. It was still in a box, but I ate it. Let's go get cat food and eat breakfast. Okay, I'm at PetSmart, and I'm looking only to spend, like, $38. And I'm only looking to spend $38 for 20 items. This. And that applies to a few different things. This is also the second deal I'm going to be branching on, though I don't know what to get. Of these. There's these two, because I haven't tried either of these. I don't know if these two are good brands, but I've used something like that, and I think I've seen people use Taco before. I don't know. I know Tiki Cat got sold out, but I haven't heard news of their recipe being changed, so I'm still getting it. Okay, and these are the 12 that I'm gonna get. 2 of the BFF chicken mate, 2 chicken lovers by BFF, 2 of the chicken and beef by that brand. I don't know how to say it, but I also got pollock and chicken by them as well. 2 of their Tiki Cat, the Lua. Also got another one of these, but salmon and crab. one of these, and then 2 of their After Dark. And that is everything. Okay, so without that was an issue, there was not. Me and them were a little confused, but we figured it out. If it's 14 cans of one brand, then you get 2 for free. But if it's 14 cans all around, then you get 1. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but apparently that's what it is. So, I spent $42 because I also got a ball. It was $2, okay? Leave me alone. I thought Knox would like it, so I picked it up. It was also in the clearance section, so, you know. Also, I stopped listening to the audiobook. I realized that listening to audiobooks is a little hard in the car because I like to just jam out to music. Okay, so it took me a minute to find because for some reason Apple Maps likes to, if you're in the vicinity of where you're trying to go, even if you're not there yet, it'll just stop. It'll just stop. It won't show you where it's at anymore. And then you get confused and you're like, where the hell am I? You're not explaining this to me. And it's like, you figure that out. And with trying any new place, I get nervous, confused, and very jittery. So I will not record my interactions or anything. That's also like common decency to those around me. But I will after I get my food and like sit down and get my food or something. I don't know. I'm gonna wear a mask in though. I've got a cute face with a flower. Hi. Okay, so my camera died. To be fair, I charged it and then I stopped charging it. And I should have been charging it on the way here. It took a while for me to drive here. That is all I'm going to say. I'm not going to elaborate. It took me a while to get here, okay? So, everything. This is the type of place, A, it's extremely far. And B, it's really expensive. So this is the type of place I would come to like on a special event or maybe once every 6 months. Because I spent like $30 on my food. And then downstairs, because it's a stairs, the drinks and pastries are downstairs. The pasta is upstairs. Yeah, I got like $4 back from that entire thing. Because I wanted to tip them as well. The drink is on Starbucks level. It's expensive. It tastes good, but a little mid. This is a true review, okay? It's a true review. It tastes good, but a little mid. Not as often, you know? Because it was really expensive. Their pastries are pretty expensive. Their pasta... Girl, I spent $20 on that pasta. To be fair, it was rosé pasta. So, I guess they threw alcohol in it or something. I don't know. They didn't have to ID me. So, it was cooked out of it. But, the food was pretty good. But it was also kind of mid. I remember tasting something similar that I made at home from a TikTok thing. So, I'll most likely do that a little bit more. But yeah, I'm not spending any more money today. Because I walked out of the house with 100. And I'm walking back in with 21. Oh, I don't know if you see it. This, I don't know if I already told you, but I made this. For some reason, after I stuck it in the wash and then got it back, it became fuzzy. It became really, really fuzzy. But, I decided to keep it in the car because sometimes it gets a little chilly outside. And if it's a little chilly, I want to, you know, be warm. So I'm going to leave this in the car because it's got no sleeves, but I will 110% overheat if I put it on. But it's cute. Now for the audiobook. I have listened to 19 minutes of said audiobook. And I cannot get into it. I cannot get into it. I think it's supposed to be like some type of murder mystery, but I can't get into it. So, I'm gonna put it on the back burner and come back to it at one day. I'm gonna come back to it one day. Okay, it's called Mortal by Bella Lore. I would start with this book, but I actually want to read this one. I've been wanting to read it for a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and read it, okay? I also have to do some quick maths because my thing got rid of the timer, so I need to pull that up, do some quick math on how much time I had left. Okay, I found it, and I am actually going to swap it over to my tablet and Roundup because I don't want this situation to happen again. Alright, I'm gonna continue Mortal, and this scarf. Alright. This is when it paused at. And I finished the book. I know I shouldn't be picky because I got a lot of those audiobooks for free. But the fact that I'm getting like half a story and then it ends on a cliffhanger is actually kind of pissing me off a little bit. Because this isn't, those two aren't like the first two books this has happened with. And I'm getting pretty peeved about it. I know I shouldn't because they were free, but at the same time, I am. Also, I'm getting pretty tired. Not with knitting or crocheting. I'm just actually getting a little tired. So, yeah. Okay, so, my thoughts. We know about as much of everything as the main character does. Which means there's stuff going on, and we don't know what the hell is, why. We don't. And nobody's explaining it to MC, nobody's explaining it to us, the reader. Which is awesome. If it also wasn't annoying as fuck. Because the audiobook, normal speed is about 8 hours. So imagine actually listening to this audiobook for 8 hours, finishing it, and going, what the fuck? Because it didn't leave on a good cliffhanger. It wasn't one of those cliffhangers where it's like, oh, that's crazy, I should pick up this second book. It leaves on a cliffhanger where it makes you just go, I wonder what happens next. But because you gave me fuck all nothing with this story, spitefully, I'm not going to continue. Like, it is an interesting story. I do like it. But it's not so interesting that I'd be constantly drawn in, like really honing in to finish it. It's one of those things that'd be just like, yeah, that sounds cool. But it left on an anime fight scene cliffhanger. a webtoon fight scene cliffhanger. It wasn't even a cliffhanger, it just left right in the middle of it. So, I will not be continuing said series. It was an interesting read, and I am curious as to how it ends, but I will not be picking it up. I will not be picking it up. Because if you cannot start and finish a story in one book, like if you can't leave it on a good cliffhanger, if you need to leave it on a cliffhanger, if you can't leave it on a good cliffhanger, I don't want to read it anymore. I realize I say deter very odd, and I don't know what to do about that. It's not to deter anyone from reading it, because it is a good book. It's just, I personally do not want to pay money for an audiobook or a book that's just gonna leave smack dab in the middle of the story. That's not something I want to do. In all fairness, I didn't hear the very beginning of the story, so it could have been saying like, oh, this is a prologue or something. Oh no, the actual length is 4 hours and 30 minutes. I was wrong, but still. I mean, it's like, I still wouldn't want to. From what it looks like, the story just drags on a while. Because apparently there's 6 books out of it, and it's like, the very first book didn't explain much at all. It didn't really explain anything. Like, it did, but it didn't. Alright, for the moment, I'm done with my projects. I'm tired. I want to read myself. So I'm gonna take them, and I gotta put them away. Just real quickly. I didn't start... Yeah, it's dark. I'm sorry. I didn't start the timer or anything. I was actually really tired. So I took a nap. Okay, so I know it's a little dark, but I'm gonna go ahead and read the book. Okay, it's still dark, I know. I'm like about halfway through the book. Yes, it does take me longer to read books like this. It's a mafia romance, and there's only like 200 pages at most, but these take me a lot longer to get through because half the time I'm just cackling and like, what is happening? You know, like, it's very comedic. It's very comical. Comedic? It's funny. I find it hilarious. The situation, things that are happening is, yeah, I just find it absolutely insane. So yes, I am an hour and 30 minutes in. Only like halfway through the book. It's not always like this. I read slow, and then I read fast, and then I read slow, and then I read fast, and audiobooks are just zooming. Okay, after almost 2 hours, 2 more hours, I finally finished Captivated by His Love. Now, with said books from same author, I absolutely love them, and I would recommend them to people if you don't mind reading in fan fiction style. That's basically how those books are written, so if you don't mind that, I would definitely suggest the Struck in Love series, because it definitely feels like it came straight from fan fiction. Oh, alright. So, I've got 14 hours, 47 minutes, and 5 seconds left on the timer. And I am now finally transferring over to the physical book that I've been wanting to read. But yeah, it took me 3 hours and 26 minutes to finish. Embarrassed. Alright, this book is called Late Bloomer. It is a romance between 2 women, and the most I know about it from like a very quick read or something is it's a farming romance-ish. Says, to me, it's like a Taylor Swift song in book form. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. That being said, the timer starts now. Actually, in a few moments, I've I've got to start my other timer. I have 2 timers. Yeah. So we have that timer for this challenge, but an actual reading timer, which just logs my reading. It's nice. I like it. It uses my actual library card. Okay, I love annotating and stuff, but I'm on page 34. I'm like almost an hour in on reading. I'm on page 34. And as much as I love annotating and stuff, I'm like that coyote girl from, I forget what the show's called, where she highlights everything. Yeah. Okay, first of all, I do want to go play Minecraft, so I'm gonna go watch Dan TDM. Bookmarkers? I love these bookmarkers. I hate the ones that you just slide into the page. These ones are magnetized, and they're cute. They're small, they're cute. I don't have to bin the page. Yeah, I didn't put away the pen. I kept it. It's my book. They're really cute, and I like them. I found out I'm on a more fast-paced reader side of things. I didn't know that. I feel very slow when I read. I feel like I should be reading it faster. So, that was interesting to learn. Apparently, I read about a page per minute, half, somewhere around there. So, that's pretty cool. Apparently, the normal reading speed is 2 minutes, and slow is anything beyond that. So, now I can take it easy on myself and stop being like, you need to hurry the fuck up. Alright, we are at the halfway point. And I've only been reading this. And, well, obviously, I haven't told you I was reading anything else, so why would it be something else? I don't know. Anyways, so, as I thought, it is a farmer romance. It's not really. The theme just takes place on a flower farm. I thought it'd be a regular plain Jane farm. I did not. I've been reading for 2 hours and 47 minutes. So it might take me 6 hours to finish this. Okay. It's dark outside, but light in here. I've finally finished editing the video. I did fail the challenge. So, where did I fall? I fell around 11 hours. Yeah, like an hour after you saw that clip. And that's because right after I hit this really big slump in reading. I just really was not feeling up to reading. So yeah, that's where I stopped. I stopped reading 2 books. And one of them I do not plan to pick up again. And the other one I do. I finished 3 books. And I've still, because I'm still in a reading slump, I know. I'm still working on Late Bloomer. So whenever I do finish Late Bloomer, I will come back to you guys with a review via Shorts. So, or TikTok. Wherever you end up seeing me, I guess. I don't know. Alright. Well, that will be all for today's video. I do plan down further in the line doing a full actual 24-hour reading to where it's one day. It's one singular day. I can't tell you when I'm gonna do that. Just at some point, I do plan to do that. But yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint you guys. You spent like over 20 minutes watching me. Was it 20 to 40? Somewhere around there, I know that for sure. So I'm sorry you guys got that far into the video and I didn't even complete the challenge. 32 or 33. You guys got 33 minutes in. I didn't complete the challenge. I'm sorry. Next time I will be completing this challenge. It's just the reason I didn't finish the challenge is because by the time you're seeing the last clip, it had already been 5 days. It had already been 5 days, and this video needed to be uploaded. Although I didn't edit it and upload it, I am now. But yeah. So, with that being said, do unto others as you want done to you, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.